Yo guys, what's going on? It's Dueling Unlocked here, and today we're going over the top 10 free-to-play decks for November 2024. So the criteria for this list is it's gotta be under 30,000 gems. A lot of those gems are gonna be going over towards staples as well, so that would make the deck list cheaper. So basically, one box run should get you the majority of the deck other than the staple. Or not one box run, but like one like mini box or one box like 2 or 3 times would get that criteria. So we're gonna go over the first deck here. We're gonna be using the Duel Links meta website. Our first deck is going to be, I think it's in all these decks, I think are going to be good options to get to King of Games. This is for King of Games to reach. So this first list is going to be Shiranui. As much as I hate facing the deck, I think it is a pretty good, solid option to get King of Games. Samsara, very good at just stalling the game out and then potentially just winning the next turn. Or with you got your big monsters to pop, or your some saga to pop to your opponent's field. So you can see here the 3 Book of Moon are going to be the main things here. You can get this with tickets. They're in all the anniversary boxes. Well, Dream Ticket, I should say, if you really wanted it. You can't really run Book of Eclipse. I guess you could run 1 in this list because you're running 2 Solitaire. The main thing is you're going to have to go in the Tachon Galaxy box for Mizukis, because Mizukis are going to be the majority of the deck. You might be able to get away with not playing Valor and try with something else, and then I do want to see if Gold Sark is in box chips. That's what I want to check real quick. Box chips are going to be a big part of all of this as well. So let me check real quick for you guys if Gold Sark is in box chips. I don't believe it is. So this is the list here. You are going to probably want Phoenix, Unicorn. So it's going to be a pretty hefty investment, but you can see it's under 30,000 gems. Would I recommend building it? Maybe. If you like Shiranui's, you like a more controlled, this is for a control oriented. Definitely coggable, 100%. Under 30,000, yeah. Control Shiranui, you see right here. Our next deck is going to be Tachon, right around that 28.5 thousand gem mark as well. So the first few decks that we're going to be going over are going to be the decks that aren't in the newest boxes. But in a little bit, we're going to be going over all the new deck boxes, which I think are actually really, really good, solid free-to-play options. So you can see here, Tachyon Galaxy. This is raid event. But yeah, it's pretty... I think it's just Tachyon Galaxy. The main thing that's going to be that you're going to need for this is going to be the extra deck. That's what's driving up the price of this deck. But most of this is all in Tachyon Galaxy. You are running the 1 Book of Eclipse from Majestic Magic, which I think everyone should try and get Book of Eclipse just for all their decks in general. But yeah, the main thing that drives this price up, of course, is going to be all these, which are Dream Ticketable. The Galaxy Eyes are all Dream Ticketable. Dracula's Loin, Dream Ticketable as well. And then Unicorn as well. So that is the main reason why this is way higher up there. So you can definitely, if you have Dream Tickets to spare, or you have these extra deck monsters, Tachyon's a good free-to-play deck to play. It is a very good turn 1 deck. It's coggable for sure. I wouldn't try, to try running it in tournament or anything, but if your main goal is to get cog, then you definitely could. Then coming up next, we have Unchained. Unchained is in a mini box, so this is just 3. I guess Tachyon's in a mini box as well. Shira is in a mini box, but you do need to go into 2 different ones. The Soul of Resurrection mini box, which is old mini box, and it has half. I'm pretty sure it's half price right now, so you can get the SRs for half price here. So Mizukis are the ones that are going to be the rough ones, as they are in the newer Tachyon Galaxy. So Unchained is in the Destroyer of the Phantasm mini box. It is with Sacred Beast and all that. Sacred Beast is another solid free-to-play deck that you can build. But this is a run-through of... you basically want 3 of the spell, 3 of the red one, and 2 of the blue, just like this list right here. So if you get red in prison, you can reset once. Looks like the list is running Book of Eclipse. Then Gearsu is probably not like necessarily need it if you can't afford it. But yeah, it's a pretty solid list. Unchained is a very fun deck to play. You can pop all your monsters, pop your opponent's monsters, link off your opponent's monsters. It's very nice. It is probably going to struggle a little bit against some of the current decks because the links are darks, so that is going to be pretty nice for going. Or Predaplans are going to have a pretty nice matchup. And you can't target Learless most of the time, so you can't use links. But you do have non-target destruction, but also Nightingale provides destruction for some reason too. So yeah. Alright, so now we're going to go and get into the latest two main boxes here. Our first deck from the second to latest main box here is going to be Windwitch. I think Windwitch is a deck that can cog as well. And this deck list is only 22,000 gems, so this is going to be under the Majestic Magic box. Only need one Ice Spell. I would probably go for two if you can get a second copy, if you're already going in through this box as well, because this box has pretty good free-to-play decks if you do want to go that. The Book of Eclipse is in the Majestic Magic as well, but this list is running it here. You can see the extra deck is you are going to need Clear Wing and Crystal Wing for this. There's a few ways to get those cards, and then High Speed Roid Clear Wing Rider is in the bundle. Don't forget to gear bundle for this. And then Quintet Magician with Necrofusion. Necrofusion is in tickets, or in box ships, I should say. Quintet, I don't know if Quintet is in box ships. I can check again for you. If it is in box ships, I'll let you know. I don't think it is. Okay, so it's not. So if you have a SR Dream, it looks like most of this deck, you're not going to need an SR Dream for this deck. So you can use it on the Quintet if you don't have that yet. It is also half price, I believe, so keep that in mind. Of course, we can't go free-to-play deck lists without talking about Learless. So this is Learless with one bird call. It's on the Swallow's Nest, which is interesting. Swallow's Nest is not in box ships either, but I believe it is half price if you do want to check those out. Also, you could use potential SR Dreams. You can see the extra deck is literally just the Learless monsters. Don't forget to get the bundle with the Ensemble Robin. When you're getting the Learless, of course. Unfortunately, when you're getting the bundles for like this or the Speedroid Rider, it's gonna go toward the newest box, so won't be going toward the Learless box. So that is a little bit of a downside there. And you also do need the character. If you didn't do the Ren event, not the Ren event, the Lulu event, then you will not have access to, or I guess you won't have access, if you didn't do Ren and Lulu event, you won't have access to either one of these decks, so it is the bit of the unfortunate side, but there are still plenty of other decks you can play. Here is Time Thieves, right around 29.5 thousand gems, just 3 Winder. I think Time Thieves is a really good go first deck. They can set up some pretty crazy boards. They have a counter trap. They got the monster, they got which monsters I'm talking about right here? It's in the skill. Redoer. Redoer can also be an interruption, so they could have like set up crazy interruption plays. We have the Arc Rebellion for Raiders Night OTK. This is going to be, unfortunately, you probably have to go into the Screaming Resistance mini box to get both of these for this deck. I mean, you can play without it, but it definitely increases the power levels of the deck. So now we go to the brand new main box that just came out a few days ago. Our first deck we're going to be taking a look at is going to be Ancient Warriors. So here you go, it's just 3 of the UR from the old box, 2 of the SR from the new box, and then all the other, it's just full Ancient Warriors. Unfortunately this is Blades of Spirits in the SR. So I think this Gyo is going to be a harder card to get. You can Dream Ticket it. If you have the Dream Tickets, of course, you're going to probably want Tenki as well as a Dream Ticket, so do keep that in mind. But you can read this right here if you want to pause the screen and read this if you want to know about the deck list. I haven't really played too much Ancient Warriors, so I could tell you, but I think the deck is pretty good. Definitely coggable, for sure. every single one of these decks cogged. All right, now we're going on to a deck that I do know something about, and that's going to be Cyber Dragon. This is only going to be 24.5 thousand gems plus $4. So this is in the pickup box. You can get the Barrage Blast, you can get the Nashter, you can get the Cyber Dragons, of course. And then in the box, oh, make sure you get the Infinity Bundle. Don't forget about that. You are going to be getting, from the new box, you'll get the Hers, the Link, the Sieger, and of course the Emergency. This is going to be, I believe you'll have to buy one structure deck, for sure. You want the core, that will get you the core and the fusion. Then potentially if you have 2 SR Dream Tickets left, you can Dream Ticket the other 2 cores. And you are Dream Ticket a second Nova. Cyber Repair Plan is a free-to-play card, acquirable with tickets. Cyber End Dragon free-to-play. Cyber Twin is in the pickup box. Rampage, I believe, is in the structure. And then V-Mana, you will probably have to Dream Ticket or pull for it. You'll have to choose which one you pull for. I think Core, I don't know, I think Core might be half off as well while the selection box is running, so that is another thing to keep in mind. But yeah, and this is, the windup is also in the pickup box. The next one we have on the list is going to be Dark Lords. This one might be the hardest one to cog with. It is under 20,000 gems though. It is in the pickup box as well, so it is probably worth trying out if you do have it. The only thing from the new box it looks like is 2 Indulged and 2 of the first Dark Lords. All the rest of the stuff is in the pickup box, the newest pickup box, so that is good. Only 1 Superbia as well, so that is pretty crazy. All right, so this is probably Learless is probably the best, but Predaplants is probably the second best deck, starring Venom Invasion. This is with 1, or I think you can honestly have a pretty good list with 1 Scorpio. So here is the list. They're running 3 Bislip, 1 Scorpio, 2 Cobra. Make sure you farm the event. The event is going on right now. You can still go through it and get the level up rewards. So I believe you have like about 7 days left at this point. 3 of the Predaplant Dragostapelia, 1 Starving Venom. So the one thing to note about this skill is the skill does not work unless you have Starving Venom. I've learned that the hard way. So 2 Chimera Flesh, these Predapractice and Rafflesia, not Rafflesia, or is it Rafflesia? Yeah, it is, I guess. They are all in the pickup box. So yeah, I think this pickup box is really good value. You could build potentially a few different decks with both like Predaplants, Cyber Dragon, Dark Lords, and if you go into like the pickup box alongside the main box, you could potentially get all of them, which is crazy value. And then of course, our last deck that we're going to be talking about is going to be True Draco. So True Draco, this is 2 box runs, reset on the UR of the Heritage. It is a little bit over, but you potentially could change out the Veiler. I think it's an alright deck. It definitely can cog. So the extra deck is probably going to add a super expensive here. So yeah, I think the newest boxes have definitely been nice to free-to-play players. The only thing is, of course, not having access to droplets is always going to be rough, but okay, at least you can have decks that are coggable and like build them relatively free-to-play. If you guys can think of any other free-to-play deck lists, feel free to comment them down below. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.